I love when every time I do this, I get ignored.
Where are we live?
I swear to God. It doesn't fail every week.
Hey everybody, welcome
There's
to
something up with
Embers by
this.
Daybreak. I totally wasn't about to forget the name of the show. Oh man, you're gone for a week and then everything just changes. My name is Francisco and we're joined by our regular array of performers minus Celeste. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to make it due to occupational. I was about to say hazards due to occupational responsibilities.
Occupational
There you go. That's the
hazards.
word.
Yeah, but I would like to thank you for your time.
Oh, I know.
Hopefully, she can join us in the future again. Anyways, where we last left off after our some of you may have noticed we didn't have an episode last week. Well, that was because all of a sudden there was just a bug going around, and we decided to use that as our anti-burnt out, our burnout prevention week. That's why I decided to label it. Yes. So there was no shows last week because tomorrow we have a very special new campaign starting with Marshall. Marshall can't hear this because he doesn't have his headphones in. But yes,
Congratulations, you did it.
yeah. I'm so glad we can be the best of friends. Best line. All the controversial thoughts. I'll watch Evangelion on Netflix. But anyways.
Or don't.
Right? Or don't. Where we last left off.
I love Sega Genesis Evangelist.
Oh, God.
The performers, including Silent and Ginevra, the first mate, and a newly added addition to the Ember, respectively, all went aboard the sinker and proceeded towards a ship off in the distance that was under investigation. Trying not to burp. The light iron. And as you all managed to board this kill boat that you all found after some investigation, some strange spots on the door, they were attacked by a creature seemingly sunken in and moist all over, covered in not only moisture and seaweed, but also these strange green sea foam bubbles.
Dylan, me and you gave the same look at the same time.
We did the same one.
And yes, so with that said, after the Petrichor's ingenuity,
Yes.
they managed to destroy one of these things. As we start out with rolling initiative
one?
once again.
What?
Change. Change the things. Change the things. Panic. Panic
Roll
ensues.
initiative, everybody. As this thing gets destroyed and dissolves in the all right, as this thing dissolves and becomes again this green foam on the deck of the ship, dropping its strange weapon, you all do hear more moans behind you. As you turn around, you see two more of these things coming towards you. Each one has a different variation of the weapon that the other one was carrying. One of them seems to have this spear with the tip of it this strange black and dark stone head sharpened to a point. The other one seems just a simple dagger, but they're slowly shambling towards you. Similar visuals as that's the creature that you all just fought. More sunken features, gray all over, just as if a corpse had been left in the ocean for years and years. How that would end up. Them coming to seaweed, and they're strangely, both of them still covered in leathered armor. Odd helmets coming on their heads that covers most of them except for two slots coming down from their eyes down the face. And with that, they come towards you, shambling slowly as we see what everybody's initiative is. So starting off, who got 25 to 20?
I'm of legal drinking age.
21.
All right.
All right.
Terry got 21. Right? Unless you were making a joke.
Yeah, no, it was both.
It was both the joke
Fantastic.
and the roll. Wow. Who would have thought?
Oh, man. 2 for 1.
What a madman.
All right. 19 to 15. Anybody?
Casual
Oh, I
sip.
worry about I am scared. All right. Terry, what's your AC real quick?
I don't like how you're asking that. 17.
Before finishing initiative.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Hey, roll a d20 for me, won't you?
Oh, see, baby Jesus.
Do I add anything or just the roll?
Just a roll. What'd you get? 14. All right. That's good.
I
All
should
right.
be.
14 to 10. Anybody?
11.
Ooh. And Nephra, what'd you get?
12.
Yes.
Take Nephra's number and divide it by half.
7.
That's right, do math.
I was a programmer, not a mathematician.
Dylan, that's wrong. You know it's 5.
God, you know what? Egg on my face. I should have known better.
Yeah, man. That's where you gave her speaking up. Let's see here.
He's dying.
Oh, wow.
Is so 6, right, Petrichor?
Yes.
All right. Let me roll forward. Okay, cool. All right. So with that said, these two things are slowly coming approaching you. As Terry, you get the first move.
Oh,
From where you're standing, since you're a bit farther away, they're actually not even too far away from you. They're about 10 feet away. The one on the right, on the left side, I should say, slowly shambling towards you. There's another one closer to the right side, also coming from that distance.
second level.
So what would you like to do, Terry?
5 feet of each other.
No, there's a 10-foot gap. The entire.
Ice knife it.
You're gonna ice knife it?
Yep, second level.
Second level. All right. Go ahead and roll a spell attack for that.
Stabby stab.
That'd be 22 to hit.
22. All right, you're attacking the one closest to you? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. Go ahead and roll damage as you extend your hand out and ice materializes from your palm, shooting out and bursting onto the chest of this creature. It barely reacts, but you see ice shards just forming all over its armor and the seaweed as some of it falls off in chunks. How much was it?
19.
You said 16?
19.
18. Ooh.
19 with a 9.
19.
Yeah.
Oh. That's... Wow. As this thing, you actually also see that some of the chest has sunken in. This thing wobbles for a bit, but it still continues walking towards you, albeit a little shakily. But it does approach you on if you want to do any bonus actions, or are you good? I think he's frozen. Jade, if you can hear me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Jade, if you're there, just know that you might get hit in the next turn.
Just know.
That's okay.
We know.
That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Let's see here. Alright, I'm gonna assume
Oh, he done froze.
Yeah, we'll
did
hopefully get that
unfreeze.
reset at some point.
Damn,
Oh,
Oh,
a hand. Oh.
Hey!
it was the lasting phantom.
Yeah.
He raised his finger and disappeared.
All right, here it comes
I
back.
raised my finger and he came back.
The greatest trick of all.
Oh, then Marshall disappeared.
Oh God.
Funny because it's not his turn.
Moving.
Jade, is there any bonus action you'd like to do?
Yeah, move 20 feet back.
All right, you move 20 feet back. You are now
Get
next
the heck
to
out
the
of there.
other
Damn
to
right.
3 more of your party. I think you actually moved past Nephra, because Nephra, you weren't with David and Petrichor and Ginevra.
Right, I was a little far back, yeah.
Yep, you actually just walked past Nephra, leaving him as the closest thing to.
Oh, hi, okay.
Bye.
That's fine. Yep.
Good luck. They're cold now.
As that's your turn. As the one that you just struck is actually going to approach Nephra, as Nephra is the closest thing to it. And Nephra, you see it come towards you. It's the one holding the small dagger with the obsidian colored stone on it. As it comes towards you, shambling in what you see quicker than you have expected it to movement. Words elude me. It slashes out at you. As does a 18 hit you?
Yes it does.
Ooh, that's incredible. That's going to be 8 damage.
That's
And
a
no.
shame. But, how close is it to me in order to actually start?
It's right next to you.
Okay. I am going to, when the creature slashes at me, and startle for a moment, and then Nephra kind of like swings his own hand upward, and is like, and casts Hellish Rebuke on it.
Hell yeah. Okay, so it needs to make a dexterity saving throw, right?
Yep.
Okay. In the same time, I need you to make me a constitution saving throw.
Okay. Let's do it.
Alright, I can tell you that the creature has failed.
Everybody. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's bad. That's a 5.
That's a 5. Okay.
I got a 5.
Funny enough, that's exactly what the creature rolled as well. So go ahead and roll damage for the Hellish Rebuke. I'll tell you what happens to you.
Oh my god. I'm just too good at this.
Did it.
Whoa.
Alright. What's the damage? 3d10.
Give me.
Oh, these rolls are garbage. 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. As you hit it, everybody else sees this thing explode and fire, and as instantly as it's covered in these flames, you hear the sound of hissing of water, and you see a bunch of just steam come off of this creature. As you see it crumble down, the fire is slowly smothered by whatever it is turning into as it falls down in a similar fashion to the first one into a puddle of just green sea foam. Though lightly steaming. The reason why Nephra does not see this, though, is Nephra, you have doubled over and are now puking into said green pile. As you feel from the cut, instantly, this nausea just take you.
Oh.
And you are
Nausea
now,
monsters.
yes. So while you did defeat the enemy, Nephra, you are incapacitated for the next turn.
Oh, buddy. It's okay.
As you're just
Just wait
feel
till I
this
get to him.
intense sickness. As the other one is going to approach the group, just all gather around the door. Sword over its head, and it's going to attack. Let's go with David. Excuse me. David, does a 18 hit you?
I just want to be like, no, I am the super warlock.
Warlock, whoever warlocked.
Nothing can harm me. Mainly, it's not worth casting shield, so yes.
Okay. So here we are. All right, David. As you see this thing bring its sword down with 2 hands on the hilt, it slashes across your body, and you start feeling this same Well, you don't know it's the same thing, but you still feel the sickness start to overtake you. Go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw, and go ahead and take 12
Oh,
damage.
no, he's down with this.
Oh God, I'm getting down with the sickness.
Ooh,
Ooh, ah.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Bang.
Shout out to Vine. That's not gonna be good. It's probably gonna fail at 11.
11. You just fail. By the way, you did
Aw.
take 12 damage, 12 slashing damage. As the
And
this- the sword itself, it's not just full stone. It's a long. It seems like this wood has been embedded with these stones into the sides, and as it cuts into you, you feel this intense nausea just overtake you as well, and you just start gagging. And whether or not you throw up, it's up to you. I'm kidding. You're actually throwing up. As you're now throwing up, and you're incapacitated for the next turn. As you're now just emptying out your contents of your stomach into the deck below.
yeah, fabulous.
Which is funny because I'm doing the opposite in real life.
All right, and with that is their turn. Nephra, you are incapacitated.
boy, am I.
So my turn.
Well, all right, I'm trying. Give me 1 second, because I, if I remember correctly, incapacitated means you can't take an action or move on the turn. I'm just checking on the movement to see if you
Probably.
can at least still move. So give me 1 moment. Oh, okay, you can't take actions or reactions, but you can still move. You can still move and puke.
Excellent.
Okay.
I'm going to sort of try to sidestep the rest of these enemies and get. I want to position myself closer to. Yeah, I want to get myself right up next to David.
Okay, so from the way you're coming in, you can actually flank with David on this creature.
I would
So
like
this
to do
creature has
that, yes.
Okay, so you're now currently behind David, who is also, as you can see, throwing up. As you're throwing up along your way there.
David, I think something's. I think something on the dagger was really.
Oh God.
I think. I'm just gonna stop talking for now.
No,
Okay.
clearly they're fine.
I love that little thing I'm putting into these creatures. Okay, so Nephra, that is your turn. Next one up, David. You're also incapacitated, and you're also vomiting your guts out. What do you do?
A, vomit.
Hold strong. I would be perfectly fine.
Oh, those are the worst pukes. Just, when
Oh,
you're
no.
mid-sentence, it's the word that
Oh
you
no, please no.
All right,
The
Petrichor,
painful
you are
rage.
up next. David is
Yes.
vomiting next to you. You've been previously
Oh,
hit
God.
You've been previously hit by one of these weapons, and you realize that sickening feeling that you started to feel, but that went away. This might have been the end result. As this creature is now just, its lifeless eyes are just staring into David as he's emptying out the contents of his mouth all over its feet, seemingly unaware or uncaring of the smell and or disturbing nature of the situation. So what do you do?
Okay, I'm gonna, try to see if the thing I did last time works, and gonna try to destroy water again.
All right, quick little note. As you hold your hand and try to focus your energy, you do feel it depleted. You can only cast that spell once per long rest.
Okay. So try to get. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. Sorry, it still said I could actively use it, and then I clicked into it and said I couldn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Thank you, D&D Beyond.
yes. Let's see. I'm probably don't want to touch this thing, so I'm just gonna. Which one looks weaker, or did that guy just go away?
The other guy got blasted by ice, and then got blasted by fire. So it was a song of fire and ice.
I hate
And
you.
it
God.
died.
Oh
You know,
my
technically-
God.
But I also hate you because I was about to make the same joke.
Of ice and fire since the ice came first.
There you
Yes.
go. I am
But
just gonna smack it with my quarterstaff. Stop that.
Go for it, as the other one is currently had his debt paid.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead and strike with the quarterstaff.
That's gonna be a 15 to hit.
15 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Two. You gonna get 8.
8 damage.
Mhm.
All right, you impact this thing, and you see the quarterstaff. Are you bludgeoning it, or are you like stabbing into it? What do you do?
Bludgeoning it. Smack.
Bludgeoning it. You bring it to. You see the shoulder that you smashed upon cave in slightly, as you hear the sickening crunch of bone just crack underneath it. This thing does not react at all. Rather, it just slowly turns to look at you, the mouth hanging wider. You see a little bit of moisture come out from its mouth, its eyes fill pits of darkness, and you see briefly a little bit of violet in the core of its eyes.
Fabulous.
Mhm.
Well, y'all, I don't know if I can help with this. Can I?
Just try to hit really hard.
Okay, this is another.
Water shaped the vomit.
I'm gonna actually shape water and freeze all the water in their bodies.
All right. So technically, you did do an action this turn since you
That's
attacked
true.
it.
That's true. That's
Shape
true.
water is also another action.
I'll have to wait till next time. Okay. That's it.
Okay, sounds good. So you strike it, you hear the crunch, it looks at you, and it looks utterly disturbing. Nothing else is new. Silent is going to look at this, look at all of you, and then look back at this thing. And you hear him say something in a language none of you know. I know, I've checked.
Damn you.
As you see him.
Some language
see
we all
that-
know.
You see him pull out a rapier and a dagger. Rapier in his left hand, dagger in his right, and he approaches, striking out with the rapier.
Approaching me.
Yes, Terry. He's attacking one of the part. No, he's attacking the thing, and he's actually going to hit. Barely though. He didn't roll too high, and he's going to hit it for. I'm rolling low and silent. This may or may not be a good thing.
Probably not.
He does 4 damage as it pierces into the skin. You see the skin just kind of cave in as well. It's like stabbing paper. Similar sound and all as he stabs into it, pulls out this. It's not. You don't see any bodily fluids. You just see this green steam foamed water kind of attached to the blade as he rips it out. And as he does that, he looks over at Nephra. And Nephra, for a brief second, you make eye contact with him. And he mutters something to you in this language that you don't understand and nods his head. For a brief second, you feel like you can do. Like you feel his motivation, you feel like he's in your corner. Keep a D6 around for you. And you can attach that to any attack rolls, saving throws.
I
or
can
ability
go
checks.
anywhere.
I could go the distance.
If I take a look, it's in a book. Reading now.
Oh.
Okay.
No rainbows in this cloudy day, unfortunately.
No.
But that is his turn. Ginevra is backing up a little bit, and you see her pull out a longbow.
I don't blame her.
As she pulls the string and fires, David, you bend over as to puke more. Arrow flies over you
Oh
in
god.
the space that you were.
It's like about to go to my head. It's just like.
She does that. She looks at you. Don't stand there. And she pulls out another arrow for the top of the round. Top of the round. Terry, it is now.
To you.
Come on, spellcaster. Help us out.
Ring their bell.
Please.
Come on, wide eyes. White
I can't
dress.
do much.
Ring your
Ring my
bell.
bell.
Alright, Ray of Frost.
Ooh, Ray of Frost. That's an interesting spell. Could you remind me what it does?
I shoot a Ray of Frost.
It's a cantrip. It's
projects
not very
immense
complicated.
Its speed's reduced by 10 feet is pretty much the only other thing it does. I have a range of 60 feet, cost an action. It is instantaneous.
Ooh.
Wow, it's not a ritual. Who would have thought?
Yes. Anything else you would like to know?
Make a range spell attack.
I shall do so.
Go for it, man.
That's a 12.
12. Everybody feels a bit chilly as this ray of frost just beams next to overhead of you all. You get all this chill down your spine, but unfortunately the spell does miss as it goes into the mist, into the ocean actually, surrounding you all. Just you see a bit of ice form where it lands.
Slowed by 10 feet.
That current just slowly moves over. As it's now the creature's turn, as it now has about 3 people surrounding it, doing moves at it. Nephra, unfortunately, you have been selected as the person who's going to be taking this long sword to the face, as it rolls a dirty 20 to hit you.
I mean that's gonna hit.
Oh boy.
So
Oh
long
god.
side.
Protect the cleric.
Biography.
Yep. As this thing slashes into you, it does 11 damage. I need
Oh.
to make another Constitution save.
Oh
throw.
buddy.
Oh, that won't be necessary.
No, well.
You're vomiting on the ground. You look up, you see these things swing at you. It's like an instant. You feel pain and then darkness as you crumble to the ground. Little bit of vomit escaping your mouth as you hit.
Careful, a choke on his vomit. Roll him on his
Turn
side.
him on his side. Turn him aside.
Now we're getting into real good stuff.
Yes.
Uh.
Nephra is now unconscious.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Fabulous.
That's
I've come
its
to bark
turn.
With you again.
Next one up, David. You've emptied out your stomach and the nausea's going away rapidly. As you look and you see your small red friend now on the ground as this thing is slowly turning back towards you. What do you do?
He's gonna take your cooler right to the face. That's pretty good.
Oh, is it?
Total 20.
20. That is
Nice.
hit. Go ahead and roll damage
Going-
as you
Sorry.
go for it.
I'm going to use this green flame blade.
Oh, all right. So,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, it's funny you should say green flame blade. Because if I remember correctly,
Spells range.
Is it like a haha kind of funny, or
Well, the initial creature
For
just
one of
takes
us.
the normal hit.
Peculiar.
that's true. However, I do believe the extra flame does have to leap off to another creature.
Isn't there another creature?
Yeah, it's currently green bubbles on the ground, about 10 feet away.
Ah.
The nearest creature would be Petrichor or the unconscious
I
Nephra.
thought there was 3 things.
No, there was. You killed one of them. Or rather, Petrichor destroyed
then
water
we've
one of them.
killed 2 of them if there were 3.
Yes, you've killed 2 of them. The other one was killed by Nephra, which causes him to vomit, and now there's this last one. And now the flame will be
Yes,
flying.
that would be the part I missed
Yes.
when he killed the thing. That's the
So,
part I missed.
as your Yakula
Damn
green
it.
fire, you strike into this thing. Go ahead and roll damage.
Leaving the table has its punishments.
It's fine. It'll be
Yeah.
fun.
Well then,
Fine. It'll be fine.
sure.
Hello,
I
darkness,
think
Marshall.
I'm trying to see if it. Don't. Well, it's of my choice.
Oh yeah, that's true. I just saw that too. So you're fine.
Good boy.
It could just leap off to
I choose the puddle.
yeah.
Good.
Or I guess your thing would be the railing off to the side, so you can just hit the railing. Really.
Good, please.
I'd be concerned about things catching fire.
Spare me.
I'll choose
Well-
the puddle.
Okay. The puddle is 10 feet away though, which is out of the range.
Yeah.
It's the railing or or Nephra,
Was it 10
man.
feet
You
away
gotta
from
pick.
me or it?
It's 10 feet. It's 10 feet away from it, because Nephra, they were kind of distance away.
Please be
Fine,
nice
it'll
to
be the
me.
railing.
Alrighty. It's roll d20. But go ahead and roll damage for that.
Reaching under my mic stand is always the most annoying thing. Oh, that's right. No, different character. For some reason I thought I still had a -1 in this character. It's the +1. We're good. 8 total.
8 total. All right. As you all see this thing, David's Yakula bursts into green flame.
It still is fire damage, but it's not extra fire damage.
David, where'd you learn that?
Not yet, anyways. Level 5 is when you get the nice little extra D8. But as he stabs into the creature, you see it come out, or it suddenly gets covered in, similar to the other creature, covered in green flames this time. As you all smell the smell seawater steaming off this creature, and then you all see this blast of green fire fly out of the creature and into the railing nearby, instantly catching this dry wood on fire. It's right now contained though, and currently that railing is unconscious.
That's right. Show you railing.
But this thing is still standing as it's just openly screaming at you, David. No voice coming out of his mouth. You at most you hear a bit of a gurgle.
Good. Nice
got
and throaty.
Do you need Pepto-Bismol?
Petrichor.
Yes.
It is now time for the Pepto-Bismol. What do you do?
Come on, don't eat that. I am going to freeze all the water in his body.
You're always making these rules to give me improvised damage. This is weird. Okay, so you're
My
using
job.
shape water to freeze its body.
Yes.
Woo!
Of course, yours is the only character sheet I don't have open, right?
I'll say the shape water. If are you looking at like what shape water is, or
Really just the wording on it.
I was reading it. The freezing part had you can freeze water, granted that nobody is in it for an hour.
Nobody.
I just want to see how much water.
A
I
5
want to
foot
see-
by 5 foot square cube.
5 foot by 5 foot square cube.
His whole body except his neck.
I'm gonna say it's standing at like 5'6". You can get the bottom half of his body.
It's well more than half.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Besides, it's like neck down. Neck down, cause like.
Let's see. You freeze the water provided there is no creatures in. But if the creature is water. All right, this is how we're gonna play. So,
Okay.
you can freeze the body, and that will give you. It will make it incapacitated until your next turn. Technically, this creature is constantly moving,
That works for me.
but it lets you make it incapacitated.
Okay.
So is that
So-
what you do?
Yes. Second question.
Next question.
Next question. If I smack it and its arms fall off, does it's just like you know what I'm trying to say? Like, is it kind of like a glass situation where it's like if you hit it and its arm just falls off, but like, is that damage against it? I don't know.
You don't know yet.
I'll sleep, baby Jesus. Okay. Spellcaster, come out and do your things. All
Okay.
y'all.
Got it.
Wait, sorry. The grave cleric's hitting the grave right now.
It's a little complicated trying to do range spells at point blank. It's a little hard.
We're out here today.
With a smooth motion of Petricor's hands, you all see the body suddenly grow rigid on this creature. Its head slowly moving side to side, still free motion, but its arms seem to lock up in a certain position, as well as its legs, as it just kind of stands
Lock up,
there.
baby, lock up.
So is that your turn, Petricor?
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
All right.
I love when I
Now-
keep accidentally sending Discord invites because I just want to leave the window.
Whoops.
All right, so that's your turn. Silent is going to run up to Nephra. Anybody who cares to see will see him kind of just shaking his head disappointingly. Coming up to Nephra
Yeah, you will.
and reaching down and speaking softly into his ear in this language you all don't know. Nephra, you come back up. Wait. Shit. 4 hit
Whisper me
points.
what he says.
What?
Whisper me what he says.
You don't know it. It's not in that language you know.
It's not that language, you know.
But as you hear it, it feels warm and familiar as he speaks into you. You have no idea what as you wake up feeling terrible, a bit hungry, and just covered in your sick.
Yeah, but that's every week.
He.
Yeah.
Alright, you said I
And
had 4
Embers.
hit points?
Yes.
Okay. Oh
Four
my
hit.
god.
And he's
Guess
gonna
who's
attempt.
back in the game.
Yeah, and he's gonna attempt to throw his dagger as his action. Unfortunately, the dagger flies off, and despite the thing not being able to move, barely misses it, hitting the burning rail right behind it, actually, or right next to it. As the green flyer is slowly spreading on the rail,
What did that rail do to us? Like, it's just getting the worst treatment. right
approaching the
It's
cabin.
all we can do.
Sorry, Plus.
We're trying our best.
Yep. Ginevra is going to make another attempt with the longbow. And similar to Silent, this thing seems to be non-moving, but those gentle rocks of the cable makes range attacks hard as it is, as the arrow goes flying into the ocean. As you all see Ginevra kind of throw her bow down and pull out her 2 swords after that.
Go for it, girl. Pop
Yeah.
off.
Top of the round.
Pop off.
Top of the round. Petrichor. Oh, not Petrichor. Damn it.
I'm like, I have a 6 initiative.
Terry, it's now your turn. I'm getting my girls mixed up.
Sorry.
Frostbite.
Frostbite.
You, my friend, have got to stop adding notes to my sheet.
Did you
Fucking
finally see-
lich slap is, honestly.
There we go.
There we go.
It will
You
always.
see the no one,
It will always be known as Lich Slap
right?
because
Did you
Chill
see-
Touch
What-
makes
what's
no sense.
originally-
Chill Touch, because Chill Touch makes no sense. It is. It is neither cold nor is it a touch spell.
I'll be honest, I only got it because it sounded cold.
But yeah, have you seen the special note I put for Frostbite?
Yes, I did. That is what this is prompting.
As I say, I feel like that's inherently what prompted.
All right, so it needs to make a Constitution saving throw, right? All right, Constitution saving throw. What's your
Do your
AC?
thing.
What's your DC?
Hooray! Oh, I thought he was stuck again.
I
I was like,
What was it again? 14. Have I read your?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I would not think 41. If I had to guess.
47.
It barely makes it with a 15. As you is it? No, it's this. As you reach out and you try to freeze them more, but the frost on it acts as a natural shield, and you can't freeze something that's already frozen. As this spell fails, unfortunately. Is there any bonus actions you would like to do, Jay?
Cry a little.
Another
bit.
10 feet.
That's a free
All
action.
right.
Crying is always a free
Crying is
action.
free action.
That's good to know.
All right, you move 10 feet back. Now, next one up is the creature. It is incapacitated with the ice, but you see its limbs starting to move ever so slightly as the frost of it starts to move more and more.
Oh, thank
Nephra.
you.
You're now awake. You're on the ground. There's a creature frozen next to you. David is covered in vomit.
You take a shot.
And there's
You miss.
And there's a green fire slowly approaching the cabin area of the
Popsicle.
keelboats. What do you do?
I got a popsicle in my mouth.
Did,
The thinking cap is hard on this one.
Yeah.
Think, think, think.
He's just sitting there with a teacup in his toes.
And the ever-drenching smell of vomit. Good. Good.
This is where I wanted my campaign to go.
Okay. How many enemies can I visibly see right now?
There is one, so one.
It's just the one. What is
Yes.
my distance in feet?
5 feet. You are laying
5
right
feet.
now next to it.
I was gonna say,
You would have been eviscerated had this thing not been incapacitated.
Yeah.
And you also would have given David advantage had you not been taken down the turn before.
damn.
I
I
I'm
hit
going
anyway. Didn't make a
to-
difference.
Nephra is going to wipe the excess vomit from his face,
Yeah.
Ew.
and he's
Yeah.
gonna
Ew.
grab. He's gonna grab David's shoulder.
David,
with
you-
the same hand he used to wipe the vomit away.
Don't worry about it. He's gonna be like, I think you need this more than me right now, and he's gonna cast Cure Wounds on him at second level.
Oh.
I thought you were hanging at 4 right now, bruh.
I was gonna say, I'm definitely not at 4.
So it's your job to protect the cleric while I heal
Exactly.
y'all. That's how this works.
Protect the
So I'm
cleric.
healing y'all.
All right,
yeah.
you
So I'm casting Cure Wounds on him at second level.
go ahead and roll your 2d8s and add your spellcasting modifier. David, you feel this wet and moist hand touch you.
Moist towelette.
Yes.
That's what everybody needs right now.
And you feel.
Moist.
He's
Moist?
gonna heal nine hit points.
All right.
Moist?
David, you heal for 9 hits as this bittersweet recovery spell has taken hold of you. You feel better, but you also feel weird about him touching you.
With the
Especially
vomit
since-
hand.
Yes. it feels like he has maybe 1 or 2 chunks just rubbing against your arm.
No.
Nephra, is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nephra is actually going to stay by David's side, but he will take the hand off,
Okay.
and he's now got both hands on his glaive.
You see a light handprint remain there. David, it is now your turn.
Slightly disgusted, I'm still gonna hit at him with my Yakula.
Go for it. Destroy it.
I am going to break the trust, and I'm using my inspiration dice.
There we go.
Because I know a 3. You gotta be kidding me! I rolled 2 3s!
Oh.
This sucks! I'm imagining
Oh my god!
a 6 is not going to make it.
These strange emotions you're feeling, plus the emptiness in your stomach, strange feeling on your right arm, sudden recovery of yourself, kind of just all. It's not a good day for you. And there's fire next to you, kind of. So when you strike out with the Yakula, it's a bit distracted. This thing is literally standing still, and you miss.
Oh, buddy. You had no chance.
As you strike it, the Yakula hits it, but doesn't penetrate. Kind of just hits the frozen part. A more concentrated frozen part.
Damn,
yeah, you notice this is where the frostbite actually hit, but just kind of added on to the ice. Not affecting it at all. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Okay. David, that's your turn. Finally, Patrick, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna smack it again. Because
Alright.
I'm at a loss of what to do. My character's like,
Just keep punching.
You've seen this tragedy.
Smack, 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 go
in
away.
2 rounds.
Smack, 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 smack. All I do is just smack, 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 smack.
Yes, I'm gonna try that.
Go ahead and roll in the.
That's a 8.
8 misses.
Yeah.
Fortunately, as you also hit some of the icy part of it, but you just see some of it flake off. I would remind you, you still have a bonus action as a monk.
I know, but I was gonna use it this time. The other times I wasn't gonna. I'll try punching it. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Go punch it.
Go ahead and punch it.
Like, I want to. That's good. That's not even gonna hit. It's 11.
11 misses, unfortunately.
I know. So I'm like,
swing, you lightly touch it and you quickly recoil your hand.
I don't want to
He's
hurt
so
my
fast.
hands, man.
He's
These
too fast.
babies.
He's too
This
fast.
is
for
my
me.
lifeblood.
Too fast.
Good, strong hands.
These are my lifeblood. I can't.
And I'm failing.
Alan kind of looks at everybody. He's like, right.
You do it.
Captain trusted all of you. Alright.
I don't see you killing it either.
I
Yeah,
see
God.
mistakes were made as he.
I am also in pain. Ow.
You shush.
That's what you get for speaking. That's what you get for talking.
As he rolls a natural 1.
That's what you get for talking. You talked.
As I
Shit,
pulled
get hit.
up the natural 1 list. Yeah.
This whole encounter is a natural. God.
On RPG.
It's these moments that I love D&D.
Good one.
No one has hit this thing. And it's literally standing still.
Yeah, and then you know what? He tried talking smack, even though he hasn't hit it either.
Yeah.
And he's paying
Now
for
he
it.
pays the price.
He's paying for it.
He's absolutely
Alright,
paying
let's
for
see.
it.
Oh no.
Did he roll a 100?
Sweet.
Did he roll a 100?
Did he roll a
You
Dylan
are
Nixon
spotty.
character?
Hang on to me.
Oh no, I don't like
This
that.
is bad. You gotta look at another thing. This is bad.
Let me see.
Did he
here.
summon the
Franny-
demon that's
oh,
going
that
to
is a
request him
Franny
to do
Spear face.
a violin battle?
Oh no. Devil in Georgia.
That is one of them. That is one of them.
Oh no.
Okay, so you see Silent reach forward with the rapier
He's gonna kill
and
himself.
start to thrust forward. But you see, as he's thrusting forward, his rapier starts disappearing.
Oh.
Oh, he lost
As
his
it
weapons.
starts flicking off as dust. You see, it kind of comes down the rapier and continues on with his hands.
We're in the end game now.
As he looks at his hands, he looks at the other one, and it's also disappearing. He looks up, and for a brief second, he opens his mouth to
Is
say
this
something,
fucking
but his
Battlefield?
whole body disappears into dust
Silent.
as he rolls a 100 on the failed chart.
Now it's our
Whoa!
quest to find him. Because that's technically what it says.
Oh my god. Well, I
Technically-
mean, now we don't have to consider that he's a bad guy.
He's cleared.
He's cleared.
Oh, he's marked off
that. Check.
That's the best way to come back. Captain.
Captain,
good
we
news
lost
and bad news.
I don't know,
The good news is Silent is cleared. The bad news
Good
is
news,
he's
everyone.
dead.
Silent was innocent the whole time. I have terrible news. We found out why.
Oh no.
Oh,
We lost our bard.
as he disappears, leaving behind nothing.
Fuck.
I hope QR is ready for the new buddy coming out of his back.
What are
We all
you?
wake up on. We
He's
all
got a
wake up.
couch,
to
he's
Saran.
got video games, he's ready.
He's not. I don't think he's ready for the future.
Take a seat, new friend.
Oh man, the only reason why that took a little bit was because my mouse died.
Oh,
Your
So
mouse
I'm
got
like-
evaporated too.
The battery power-
his last words were doubting
My
us, and he died.
His last
Wow,
words was pressing
you
X to
dumbass.
death.
That's what we come back. We come back with, hey, you know the last person that doubted us? Silent. You know what happened to him? He's dead. Disappeared. Turned to ash.
We are cursed, and everybody who badmouths us turn to dust. Don't try it. Don't try it.
You want to talk
That's what I
smack?
fucking thought.
You'll turn dust.
Oh my
Straight
God.
dust.
Okay,
Straight dust, bro. Straight dust.
so that's his turn. Ginevra, as he disappears, you see Ginevra kind of walk through him. That was
Oh
weird.
no!
And she
Oh,
stabs
God.
into. And she stabs
Oh,
into
God,
the creature
no.
and actually hits it.
This is a whack
The
episode.
first person to hit it.
Oh no! Oh
Dead.
god!
Fucking dead. And she
Wow.
She inhales him, right?
she kind of walks through. You see,
It's a nice whiff.
ugh,
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
nonchalantly just
no.
flashes into this creature.
Little
Kind of
ashy.
cuts into it, and you see the creature start dissolving, albeit slower because it's mostly frozen. But it slowly dissolves into this green sea foam as you've all survived, or most of you have survived this encounter. You all stand there around this this puddle of green sea foam with little ice shards mixed in, as green flames start coming on top of the keelboat cabin.
We should probably
Does
put
anybody
that
remember
out.
why we were here?
Does
We
anyone
had
have
to
a wet
search it. We
blanket?
had to
Let's
search.
get the fuck out.
We had to search what was wrong with the ship.
Well, you can see
I
that.
think we know what's
Look at-
wrong with it.
Yeah, we took care of it. Let's go.
There was more. We need just. You know how to control water. Just bring
Nefra,
the water
Nefra's
up.
taking his
Fire
robes
out.
right now.
Go,
Nefra's taking
go,
his robes and he's trying to get the fire out. He's like trying to like stomp out the fire.
All right.
You've
so what
lifted
we're gonna-
water onto boats before. Just bring it up onto this boat. You can do it.
All right, with some quick
Rapidly
action on part
smacking
of
the fire with the robes.
Nefra and Petrichor simultaneously dousing and smothering the flames. And
Gotta
through
cut
these
the
fires
oxygen.
and these flames, the fire is controlled. And you see for a bit, the roof itself, it seems to be weakened by the flames. To the point where some of the walls seems to be almost more brittle, more... it definitely has been damaged by the flames. As you're now all kind of just standing there without a first mate.
Fuck y'all.
All right, time to get down to this mystery.
Should we like scoop it up? I don't.
And
Let me see if I have an empty container.
He did dust away, but even the dust kind of disappeared as well.
Oh God.
You do see that the weapons are still left.
Wait, y'all. What if we go back and the captain thinks we killed him? What if they thought this is a murder plot?
That's not gonna happen because there isn't a body.
And to be fair,
He was the first mate.
she has placed trust in us in the fact
That to not kill her first mate.
No, to be fair, could like at any point he could have just attacked us and we would have had to kill him out of self-defense. We can try to keep as many of the ashes as we can, but outside of that, we just inherently what I'm getting at mainly is that the captain has trusted us. So if we could just be as truthful as we can on the fact that,
of course,
otherwise, well, there's not much else we can do.
Just disappeared. That's a whack ass.
We can't not go back to the boat.
I know.
Something he does.
For the DM.
Yes.
The metaphorical D6 of inspiration that Silent gave me, did that also dissipate into the wind?
Unfortunately, yes, because you did go unconscious right after he gave it.
Yeah, it's more that than him disappearing. It went away before he disappeared, even. For both the positive and the
My
negative.
hopes were gone before I even realized it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, honestly, at this point, I think we should just kind of go inside. I mean, what else can we lose, really?
You'd say we're here for more. We were here for more than just the top of the boat. It'll be even worse if we come back with nothing. Keep your wits about you.
Let me just go take a moment, please.
It's fine. All right. Well, we can take a break.
Let's take 5. Everybody take 5,
Yeah,
and we'll just
like
kind of
10
collect
minutes.
ourselves.
Never,
Collect
just
yourselves.
witness someone burst into dust and.
Do it.
It's no curse I've seen before.
Me neither.
Franny, is this a curse I've seen before?
Which curse?
I would imagine not.
For
I hope
what?
Not.
I guess the disintegration into the ash and things like that. Is this anything I ever?
I really hope you haven't seen anybody get hit from like power word disintegrate.
Go ahead and roll me a d.
Okay.
Make an intelligence check.
That's appropriate.
That's appropriate.
Oh no.
That's gonna be. That's a 4.
The 4. What'd you roll?
3.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to see if your intelligence modifier was 3. Then we have a different roll potential.
I'm not a super smart boy.
Okay. So with a 3, no. This is the first you've ever seen of this. It is very perturbing, and you don't know what's happening.
Okay.
I'm just like sitting in a corner, like trying to meditate.
Mind you, Nephra and David, you're still somewhat covered in vomit.
I would ask for more for a sea shower.
Wait a minute.
But I'm concerned that the water around us is the same shit.
That's valid.
And I meant that in a very literal sense.
I can't use thaumaturgy to clean up the vomit, can I?
No, that's prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
You can change your eye color and make your voice sound louder. You can
That'll help.
You can open and slam doors that are unlocked.
Anybody know any good quick ways to clean clothes here?
I can freeze it for you.
I can throw them in the
probably will not help. I have a feeling that won't help anybody. I feel I've been made quite clear that nobody wants to see that.
Genevros kind of just putting her weapons away. This is a weird group. You guys are weird.
Yeah, you get that a lot. Okay, sorry, David cannot help you with your, or David and Nefer really can't help you with your clothes problem.
Well, not until
Just-
we get
just-
to somewhere with
Cleaner
water.
No, I get it. Yeah.
So I'll have to live for now.
Yeah. And I have to take a sleep before I can, make water to clean you guys. So don't want to do that here.
Well, I could make little ice thing with your weird fire stuff, and then you can use that water.
To make precipitation.
I just shove ice somewhere. They melt it. Clean water.
Can you? I don't know if you can just put ice in like a jar. Can you?
I could throw a knife made of ice. I'm pretty sure I could just do that.
Well, how about you guys just kind of, take a few steps back behind us.
Yeah, that's like she says that, and we have to do like the look at each other, just like, oh,
Just
we're
walk
dirty.
a little bit away from us, and nobody knows you're with us.
You still a little bit.
Cramp our style.
Oh man! All right, so
we're going below decks.
Yes.
Oh, there's still the
Alright.
door with black marks coming down the bottom side.
Have we tried kicking in the door yet? I don't recall that from the last
No.
time.
No.
Okay, we were
vetoed
distracted, I think, before that.
Yeah.
You
well,
are indeed attacked.
my strong fellows, looking at both Petrichor and
That's the team name. Strong.
That.
between the two of them, yeah, sure.
I'll give it a solid kick, I guess.
No, it's everybody.
Okay.
I'm not included
Petrichor,
in
go
any
ahead
type
and
of
make me an
strong
unarmed attack
anything.
against the door. As I bring up the door stats.
16.
16 will hit, just barely. Go ahead and
You
roll
almost
damage.
missed the door.
Oh man. Just for damage?
Roll damage.
Oh, that was cocked. Oh, still same number. 6.
6. Okay. You see Petrichor kind of bring her knee up and expertly lash it out, hitting the door. And you see the wood lightly bend as a loud thud. It resounds around the empty air around you. The door is still intact, but it does seem to be giving way.
Alright, I'll have another go.
All right, and mind you, you are also kind of stepping over the weapon that the first creature left behind.
Yeah, move out of the way, please. We're gonna scoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my stick action and kind of scooch out of the way.
Yeah, you, Petrichor, you can with your quarterstaff, you can move this. What looks to be an axe-like weapon. It's very primitive though. It's wood attached to this black stone sharpened head. Yeah, you kind of just move out to the side. It kind of clatters uselessly to the side.
Okay.
As you go and make your second attack.
Aw, didn't get this one. It was a 4.
You hit the door.
Nothing happened.
You think you hit the door. You actually hit the threshold.
Yeah.
And while some of the wood bends a little bit, not much has happened. But there's nothing stopping you from keep trying it. Just eventually
Yeah.
something might happen. Don't worry about it.
Let's try it. Again. Anybody against that? Can I try? I've tried the door handle, right?
Yes, you have.
Okay. Just make sure I'm pulling a dumbass move. Like,
Have you
It's
tried
just-
turning it the other way?
yeah. Okay. Push and the pull. Okay, this
Yeah.
time was a 16 as well.
All right, 16 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Woohoo. That's gonna be a 4.
4 damage. That's
Audience, I
enough.
don't know how long
As
I was
splinters
muted,
Yay.
Fly out
but sorry.
as the door finally comes off one hinge and comes off. The knob actually detaches from the door itself. It swings open. You hear a resounding slam into the room. Instantly, Petrichor, you get hit with the smell of decay.
Oh god.
Just a wave of this foul smell hitting you. As in front of you, there's not really. I forget. Petrichor, do you have dark vision?
Yeah, I think I do. Let me double check though.
Check 2.
Father's home.
You don't actually.
What? No, I
Knock,
don't.
knock.
No, all
I
you see
do.
is darkness.
Move in.
As you see darkness. However, anybody else looking, because everybody else seems to have dark vision.
Nefer's gonna peek in because he has dark vision.
I'm just walking. in.
It's kind of like a cartoon. You all just kind of stick your heads around.
Oh, I just like they all went to like the edges, and I just went like out of my way.
As you walk in, David, as you walk forward, immediately you see a body slumped over against the wall. Below you, you see streaks of blood kind of leading towards where the body is now residing. The body itself seems to be that of a dwarf-looking fellow. Gray hair, now matching his skin, as you think that this body's been there for a while. Eyes are kind of just staring down, lifeless, as it just sits there. Several cuts and injuries around its body, long since having been drained of all blood, as a pool has stained the floor around it.
So so you said there was still skin like intact, or?
Yes, it looks. Go ahead and make me a, let's say, medicine check. The DC's not high on this one.
Hope it's higher than I hope it's around a 10, because it's an 11.
The 11? That's perfect. That's exactly what you need. A little bit more, actually. This body seems mostly fresh. You've been around somebody. If you had to guess, it would be about a few days.
So, but what is there wounds that the body has exactly?
Several slashes. You see mostly around the arms, one across the chest, just coming down. You see the similar cut. The cut to it matches the one that you've just been cut.
Positive chance for more of these creatures. No, not. Nothing else in this room.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
24.
24.
Yeah, 20.
Ooh, nice. So you look around. You see there is a bed off to his disheveled, seemingly unkept. Several barrels here and there. It seems to have acted as also the storage room to whoever was on this boat. And you see also a desk. Anyway, a very simple desk, very small. It's about one of those child desks you would see in this era, really. Just a simple small table that you would use. That's being used as well in this case, just made out of wood. Nothing on top of it. Inkwell spilled all over. Parchment that was sitting on it. You also see that a mound kind of just off to the side of the body, not moving, but several clothes on it. In the dwarf's hand, a little letter, by the looks of it, as you can see some writing on it.
Grab the letter.
As you go in to reach for it, go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy, classic.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh,
buddy.
no.
Please no, please no,
It's
buddy.
a 7.
Oh, it's a 7.
I'm like, that was an
No,
for
it's-
like a 1.
There was
Don't
just
worry.
a simple oh no.
Don't worry, you pass.
Wow.
Okay.
It's
As
sadder,
you reach,
I think.
as you reach forward, you see the mound suddenly burst apart as something comes out and slashes at you with a dagger. The motion is very clumsy. It's just a move of just waving the thing around. You even bring your hand back as you see standing before you, standing roughly about 2 feet tall, this small child holding out a dagger in front of it with both hands shaking. You see this
Aw.
child is in simple clothes. If that, it looks as if it's just wearing a sack over it. Very distinct features. That it has long black hair kind of going up face, and you see it constantly moving its hair around to be able to look at you better, to be able to see what creature is in front of it. You can also notice that it has a darker shade to its skin. The very prominent feature in it is that its face seems to almost match that of a almost lion of sorts. Go ahead and make me a history check.
9.
9. You think this creature isn't this creature isn't any humanoid you would know. But it's bipedal. It does seem humanoid, but it doesn't seem to be like one of the more common races, like human, elf, dwarf, not even tiefling. It seems something else. As it stands in front of you, holding out the dagger, you can also evidently see this creature is barely standing as it's holding out to you. It's pretty much skin and bones.
Oh, I'm just kind of like, whoa, calm down. No need for stabby.
You see the creature.
We're all friends here.
You see the creature kind of pokes out with the dagger as if to try to keep you away. You see its eyes, yellow pupilled eyes, kind of wide, as it looks at you. You can see there's fear, but also a sense to protect the body of the dead dwarf behind it.
Okay. How close am I?
You're about 5 feet back. There's
Am
5
I
feet
able
gap
to
between
see
you two.
this kid?
You can
Little thing?
You can barely see him. It's very hard to, especially with David standing in front of it,
Okay.
and the room being shrouded in darkness. There's no light.
Okay, can I, because, I kind of have, my water hair thing, can I reach out with my hair and kind of like reach for his or their hair tendrils? Kind of as a hello?
You have to walk in, and
Yeah, I'll do
like
that.
I said, it's very hard for you to see.
I mean, I'm standing, as long as I have my shoulder on David, like, I should be okay. Or my hand on David's shoulder. Sorry. Shoulder on David.
Shoulder
You know what
check,
I mean.
David, right there.
Yeah. Ooh.
So Petrichor shoves David out of the way.
No.
As you lean forward, Petrichor, you can barely make a small little creature holding out a dagger towards you, as it's now alternating between David and you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, calm down. Can you say anything? Can you let us know who you are?
You see the little child, it seems, just look at you. You see it drop the dagger a little bit up. It does not say anything, but you can hear very rapid breathing.
Well, just nod your head if you know what I'm saying.
For a brief second, it kind of just looks at you. But after what seems to be an eternity of just standing there, it looking around, it looks up at you and just kind of nods very slowly.
Okay, good. We understand each other. It's good. My name is David. This lass is Petrichor. We're here to just learn what happened. We're looking for answers. We're from a ship called the Embers.
That might be a little too much information for whatever they've
This is
gone through.
child.
You
Up
do
until
see...
Transform polymorphs into something else. I am not concerned.
You do see the child at the mention of the empty kind of lowers it down a little. It still keeps it there, but it's now. It used to be right here at about upper chest level. It's now lower abdomen, as it kind of holds out, looking at you too.
Okay. Have I reached my hair tendrils over, kid?
I'll say yeah. At this point,
Okay.
your hair is just starting to slowly move. Now you see the child kind of step away from them, unsure of them, really. As the water starts approaching him, what do they do? Do they just go to him?
Yeah, they kind of. Well, I'm assuming. Well, you said that his hair's kind of doing a thing where he's trying to feel around, so his hair is kind of like not like he can control his hair to do things. That's how I interpreted what you said.
Oh no, his hair is just—it's like
Straight.
he has a mop. He has a mop on his head. It's
Yeah.
very disarrayed. It's just getting in his eyes constantly, so he's just moving his head around so he can actually see you all.
Okay, and then you said something about looking around or feeling around. So I thought his hair was feeling around echolocation style.
No, it's he was just trying to move his head around so he can get an eyeful.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm still gonna continue with it.
Okay.
And it's kind of doing like a little wave.
He still keeps the knife there as he's looking at both of you. And you see he does not move from where he stands. He might be shivering, and as the water tendrils come out, he might lean a little bit back, but he doesn't move in the dagger.
Sure.
It is pointed toward you two.
We're trying to find out what happened on the ship. We fought some bad, bubbly guys, but they're gone now. We destroyed them. They're just goop on the deck over there.
You see the little child kind of look between your legs, David. He's that tiny. Kind of look over, and he kind of sees Nephra kind of just standing there, veering in. Terry, where are you, by the way?
Probably by the door.
Yeah. Are you like standing? Are you like peeking in, or are you just standing at the door?
In the doorway.
Just in the doorway. All right. The creature kind of looks at you all and tries to look past Terry. We see it try to do so without moving, and it's gone into a confliction of commands here. It seems to want to stay in the spot, but also wants to verify what you all said.
Okay.
We're-
Do you all want to step aside? Like, oh,
that's
you could see the stuff.
just if you just tell us. We're here to help you. Just tell us what if you need us to do anything, let us just tell us. It's okay.
It looks at all of you, and then looks back at the dwarf. Looks back at all of you, and you see it actually has a bandage over its arm. And you see it points at the door with removing one hand from its dagger. It points at the door, then it points at the bandage, and then points back at the door. And you see it repeats this motion sometimes as it looks at you.
The guys out there bit him. Or I kicked the door in and hurt him, but he wouldn't have the chance to band-aid that up that quickly.
No, if you're hurt, our friend over there by the door named Nephra can help you. He's good at the healing thing.
When you say if you're hurt, he shakes his head at that and just points at the door. And you see his eyes go from scared to scared and bleeding in a way.
Nephra's gonna step into the room.
Do you want us
Nephra,
to close the door?
Nephra, I don't think you could do anything, but at least just for posterity's sake, maybe just.
I can turn around,
see
make
if
sure
you
there's
can
nothing behind me.
Heal this.
All right, Terry, you turn
man.
around. There's a dragon behind you.
No, not again.
I'm gonna.
And in a brief second, it's gone. As your eyes readjust, and you for a brief second you feel is weird, like you just saw something, just a flash of something. It takes you back a little bit, but other than that, there's nothing there.
I'm gonna walk towards the body As I do so, I say to David, I guess you forget pretty easily. But I guess I'll try. There is something I can do, but
I mean, if
let's
you just
see
try
if
to heal
this
it,
works first.
if you just try to heal it, even if it doesn't work, we can build a bond in here.
I'm gonna attempt to use Spare the Dying on this dwarf. I reach down and I kind of caress the dwarf's face, sort of bringing it so that I'm like locking eyes with it. Are the eyes closed?
The eyes are staring vacantly towards the ground, and you notice actually, now that you're closer to it, Nephra, the eyes are staring vacantly in the spot where the child is currently. And David, you know they've been staring there. They were staring there.
Well, yes, I doubt the dwarf would move.
But Nephra, as you approach the body, you see the child almost raise the dagger back up, but seeing that, and as if he understood what the explanation was of what you do, he kind of bring it back down. It doesn't take it away, but it kind of looks at you as you approach. And you say you can't spare the dying.
I kneel down next to the dwarf. I'm gonna caress his face with my hand and cast Spare the Dying. If that would work.
Nephra, as you've dealt with similar things before, this dwarf is very much dead, and he's been dead for several days. As you
Nephra's going to look up to the rest of the party and sort of towards the child. Ask him if he wants the dwarf to be at peace.
And the minute you say that, Nephra, the child looks at you, and you see its eyes start welling up, as you see tears start falling down. As the dagger finally just goes down, as it brings its head down, and as a child just crying, just stands there holding the dagger.
I'm gonna kind of just guide Petrichor closer to it so that she can see him.
You're good with kids.
Kids I can see.
Well, because I'm gonna guide you to it.
And I kind of just feel for like a head and like.
There, little one.
You feel very dirty. You feel very dirty hair, Petrichor, and the minute you feel that, you start petting. The child turns around quickly and grabs onto you. Not threatening, but just kind of grabs onto you as you feel quiet sobs going on you. The dagger now having fallen on the ground. When he turned, it clattered there. David, you're going for the note?
Yeah, now I'll go for the note.
All right, go ahead.
While he goes for the note,
yes.
Nephra's attention is going to return to the dwarf. Still with the left hand on the dwarf's face, he's going to reach into his robes. He's going to pull out 2 pieces of copper. He's going to close the dwarf's eyes, place a copper piece on each eyelid, and begin
so
ritual
travel the
casting
ritual sticks.
Gentle Repose.
Okay. David, as you pull out the letter, you see the letter. The letter has been written. I'm trying not to during this. It's been written in common. As you look at it, and do you start reading it?
Just to myself.
All right. As you start reading it, you read, "My dearest Ole, it's been a month since what happened. As always, we continue forward. Supplies are already running thin. There's only so much I can do for them. It's just me and him now. The others weren't very compliant when I told them that they weren't going to get paid at all. But then again, I can only lead them for so long in this trip of false pretenses. I shouldn't have accepted that job, that task by that man. You know, the one you've always said struck you as odd. That noble man. But he paid well, and we did what we could. And I know you were never into this, but alas, it brought us this boat, and it brought us a multitude of happiness. Yet, when I saw the child, I knew that it was time. I couldn't go on living that type of life anymore. I couldn't keep on just destroying other people's lives so that our life be better. I miss you every day. I really do. And our young one. And every day I pray to the God that they would forgive me for what I've done and what I've left behind. I wish you could have been here with me. And I wish he could have been here too. But now it's just me and this young boy. If from what I've heard is true, he's the last hobgoblin. I haven't seen any of the other ships, and although I haven't looked as much as I should, I thoroughly believe he is the last of his race. I can't bring myself to name him. So we just exist, moving forward. Although every day, I've been feeling this dread approaching me. It's the same dread that I feel every time I was around that noble, the one that hired me. Every day it gets stronger and stronger. I guess that's just paranoia coming to me. Although I do remember him saying he did hire some sort of pirates to assist him in something. Never got more details out of it. Perks of being a small town player. At least one thing I know is that Calamity has saved me at the very least from the clutch of the Bernhard name. As we continue, I really hope that one day I'll be with you in better circumstances. Hopefully not anytime soon. Yours forever, Barrow Paleguest.
What was the name?
Barrow Paleguest. Bero. Pale, and then Gust.
Just kind of tuck it in my pocket. No wonder I haven't seen one of these. The boy's a hobgoblin.
I didn't even know this existed. What's that?
Now that you know it's a hop, David, I'm sure, Marshall, I know you know how to explain. I'll let you do your thing.
What? So I mean, but I mean, like based on the history check, I don't know if inherently David knows what a hobgoblin is. I know his
Okay.
family is generally hunters, but I'm not sure if you're including that in it or not.
Well, mostly this would be actually location knowledge that most people would know. Those who lived primarily closer to the Eonor province or the Kingdom of Morin. Essentially, hobgoblins had a bigger presence. There were a couple of hobgoblin camps, one primarily in the Eonor province, and the other actually acting as mercenaries over in the Kingdom.
I believe since I think I was closer to. I think we had chosen a while ago that was closer to like the kingdom.
Yes.
The
So you would
nobility.
know them as mercenaries were hot, and you would also know them as goblinoids that were very prominent for the fact that their military might was was superior than most, even some of the more civilized nations and countries.
Well, many of them, at least many of them, as far as I knew, were sellswords, fierce ones at that. According to this note, this dwarf believed he was the last of his kind.
Well, we
Seeming
got
as
something
many
in
of
common
us
there.
haven't seen them, he may be right. But who's to say?
Well, then me and that little buddy over there have something in common, don't we?
Hobgoblin 2?
No, you goose. Last of our kind, probably. Who knows?
Well, if there's nothing but ocean, I would imagine your kind would do quite well.
I mean, I've never seen any other person looking like me besides me and my mom died, so.
Are we talking about parents again?
No.
Let's not go that deep. But he was hired for something. The crew.
The dwarf?
Yes, the crew I seemingly abandoned him. These two were left on the ship.
Odd.
He was hired by some odd man. He apparently it was a noble of some sort. Also hired pirates, apparently. There's much more to this. If we can... Honestly, I'd say now that we have this boy, and based on this note, I would say it's probably in our best interest just to try to head back to the Ember as soon as possible.
With him in tow.
Yes, correct. We
I
do
don't know
not
if we're
leave
gonna
the
leave
boy.
him here. Yeah, I'm like, what?
But we need to leave with him as soon as possible.
Yeah, he needs food and clean water. And a bath.
The boy does smell as you're holding him.
Yes, well,
Of several things.
sadly, the best we're
Mostly
getting is
sadness.
saltwater baths lately.
It's better than nothing.
It is correct. It's better than this.
Better than this. Yeah.
Better than this.
It's gonna be quite a smelly boat going back, eh?
It's all just kind of help
Speaking
the
of
two
which-
of you up.
Can we just take this boat?
I wouldn't. This is some kind of cursed juju shit. I'm not touching. So I'm getting out
Oh
of here.
yes, the water that we are drenched in.
I prefer to burn this ship and let it go down.
At this point, it's
Okay,
not a bad
seems a bit
decision.
harsh, but alright.
It's not good.
The creatures came from what is following this ship. Do you wish to bring it closer to the Ember?
I mean, what better way to
That's not what
investigate
I
it?
mean. I thought
At the same time we
if-
endanger it, however, I would pay.
Doctor won't want to
in
see the
terms of
sea
your-
foam?
In terms of your I'm sure he would, but we would also danger the innocent people on here. In terms of your concern though of investigating it, I would then agree to the idea of maybe not burning it. But it seems to be doing fine adrift on its own with no control. Leaving it abandoned is not seemingly going to hurt too much more.
hopefully
The best we can do is try to
guys
bring...
we fought are gone forever. Don't, repopulate or grow out the water some more,
Somehow I tend to doubt that, but maybe at least now that we know of this, on a return trip, we can attempt to
be more prepared.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. Got it.
Oh, come. Let us go to the boat.
Alright, so as you all start heading towards the boat, the hobgoblin boy, while still attached to Petrichor, the minute you start moving, Petrichor, he does let go, and just rubs his eyes with his hands. But he does look like he's staying put as he does so. As he does notice to see some of you leaving.
Okay, we're gonna leave now. You're gonna come with us. We're gonna go get you some food. You're gonna come stay with us on our boat.
You see him look up at you, look back at the door, as it's still recovering from crying, still hiccups, still gasps a little bit, and you see it look at Nephra. You see two yellow pupiled eyes kind of looking at you, tear-stained, just looking at you as if for answer, as if for confirmation.
Nephra is going to kneel down a bit again, and he has this very serious, steely look on his face. And he says to the child, I've done something extra special for him. That way, no one can hurt him ever again, and he can't hurt anybody ever again. He'll be happy that way. And now that we've helped him, we can help you. It won't be in the same way, of course, but we can make sure that you're okay too. I know it's scary, and we might look scary, but we're here to help you.
The boy look at you as you see this. You see him turn back at the door. And for another second longer, he just stares at him. You don't know what's going on through the hobgoblin boy's mind. But after a good, long period of silence, you see him reach down for the dagger, and rather than hold it menacingly, he holds it close to him. And as he does so, Nephra, since you're the closest to him, you do see on the hilt of the blade is the word Pale.
What word?
Pale Gust. And as he holds it close to him, he approaches you, Nephra, and then almost timidly just reaches out and grabs your pinky finger and just kind of holds it as he seems to be waiting.
Okay, let's
Come
go
along.
then.
And then I'm gonna turn to look at David and Petrichor and Terry and say, "All right, let's go.
Let's
I think
go.
we're ready."
Okay.
Alright.
And it's noticeable that like his voice is different talking to you guys than it was when he was talking to the child.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on the bright side, we don't have to worry about going overweight on the boat.
Sorry. Alright. As you're walking away, you do see Ginevra kind of you see her kind of testing out putting the longsword weapon that one of the creatures dropped
Mm-mm.
onto one of the hoisters and kind of looking disappointed that it doesn't fit in the hoister, but just shrugging her shoulders and just throwing it into the sinker. You see, the other weapons are also in that.
No.
Well, I don't. I would not
I
say
don't.
it's the bad idea.
What? They're weapons. They're meant to be used, and they're new. No one knows them.
You don't know what they do.
But that
Not
partly
yet.
is. I would say that's partly the answer. At least keeping one or two for investigation is probably to our benefit.
Exactly. One for the investigation, 2 for me.
And
Let's
you
go.
get to carry them on your back.
Who's the kid?
It's our new friend.
All right.
Be Nefra's son.
I named him Taurik.
He lives.
4 out of 5 people got that joke in the stream.
Yep.
Alright.
Sure.
Ginevra kind of just looks at you for a brief second, looks at Nefra. Congratulations. And he kind of just hops into the sinker.
Before we officially leave this boat,
okay.
I want to walk over to the bell it has. A ring.
No.
All right. So Terry,
don't
you
like
would
that.
actually
A
you
memorial.
would
ring.
actually know the ring that it's a bit somber, but you do know the ring to sound off once the ship has been doomed. It's essentially it's death toll in a way. It's the ring to let other ships know that it's going down or that it is unable to go on.
That's awesome.
I don't think this is the opposite of
Are you
what is
playing it
happening
with
to
the
the
bell?
ship. Its heart is not going to go on. It's in fact about to go down.
But as you ring, the sound itself, the bell itself, it's the method you're supposed to ring it is 1 and then wait a second, 2 wait a second, 3 wait a second, and then 3 rapidly. And once that rings off in the distance, about several 100 feet away, the other ships are around the edges are staying away from the ship. You hear a not choreographed, but a non-choreographed chorus of bells from each ship, just one ring. It's just one simple ring to acknowledge the fallen ship.
There we are.
Well, let's head off.
All right. So as you all get into the sinker, who's rowing?
The child.
Give the child the row. We have to earn our keep here, child.
Alright, keep kid.
Part of the ship, part of the crew, part of the crew, part of the ship. Get rolling.
Because
It's a hard knock life.
Miss grabs all the weapons, doesn't want to row again, probably again.
Mm-hmm.
I will row the other one again.
All right. I mean, you could have just done triple disadvantage for the child.
Oh,
I'm
God.
not going to
Triple
do that.
disadvantage. Jesus Christ.
Also, let's do it.
No.
No.
Think of the content.
No.
Think of the poor child.
What I am thinking about.
Natural one is against child labor.
However, I find it hilarious.
Sorry. Okay, so I need David and Petrichord to roll d20.
Hey, that's pretty
and
good.
add your athletics to it.
I
That's
think
gonna
it's-
be 15.
That's a dirty 20.
Oh, nice.
Hey!
Yeah.
2 highs for the
Wow.
first time.
I know, it's crazy.
Nice. So as you guys start
Get out of here. Get
as you guys start moving away from the ship, you see that the green foam ring that was around it, it's now finally disappearing fully. You gotta notice that it had been gradually decreasing, destroyed those creatures. But now, as you approach it, it has only a stray bubble here and there remain. As you course through it easily, you find that the current is in your favor. And the water is calm, and you keep going forward.
Excellent.
It seems there's an easy waterway through to the Ember, as in almost a quarter of the time that it took you all to get there, so about 30 minutes, you're ready to see the Ember off in the distance. This child that's sitting next to Nephra has not let go of his pinky at all. But as you all approach, you see him looking around. Sadness still in his eyes, but now there's a bit of wonderment and just general awe as you pass by bigger ships than the keelboat you found them on. And as the Ember approaches, you see his eyes widen, his mouth kind of drops as you all approach his big ass ship. And as you all approach, Ginevra kind of looks at all of you. So, how are you guys going to explain about Silent?
Well, we're just
Talked
going.
about this.
We're just gonna have to be as honest as possible.
What if they don't believe us? That's some bullshit, weird ass
Swamp
thing happened.
monsters.
Well, then if you
The
really,
swamp monster did it.
yeah, that's I was about to say. If you really want to put it, and we couldn't fit his body on the boat.
Because then they're gonna want to go back and look for the body and have two people go back.
Nephra at this point is going to
We've already established that
Gently
there are swamp monsters, so
release his pinky from the child's grasp and do earmuffs over the child's ears while they talk about what to do about the body.
yeah, it's not really about what to do with the body. That's been settled. It doesn't exist. It's how do we explain it?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
It's hard to say. Yes, I know. It's hard, but I would like to say stranger things have happened, but this is the first for me. I hate you.
It's just so weird. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'd say we start with as simple of an explanation, saying essentially that he fell. He was slayed.
Mm-hmm.
He just fell down some stairs. It's
And
fine.
we essentially just go based on whatever questions they ask us and how specific
Sure.
we want to get.
Right.
Start
Well,
simple,
we'll go from
get
there.
complicated if they ask for it.
All right, you can do all the talking. Great, cool.
I can try to help with that, yes.
Sounds good, David.
Perfect.
Thanks. Yep.
I'm not doing
Because I
that.
have a
Yours-
-1 in the charisma area.
Some
would leave it say to I'm yours.
pretty persuasive.
I figured as much.
Why are you
His
guys
silver
talking
tongue
like
can
that?
do the talking.
Why are you guys talking like that?
Turn into a
That's an
1940s
old-
mobster.
That's an old bit.
A gang star. As you approach, you see several members of the crew kind of looking over as you sinker. And you do hear someone say, "Oh, they're back! Throw the ropes!" As you, let's see here. Whose expense does this fall on? Ah, cool. As Terry, you get lightly tapped on the head by a rope that just falls down.
Bonk.
Now you're the bell.
Dreams.
As you all do the regular things you're supposed to do with this sinker, this is your second time on there, so you know. And you get rised up onto the upper deck. See the hobgoblin boy kind of veer over the edge, taken out of the water. The wonderment is still there as he kind of reaches out again and grabs Nephra's sleeve As you all get risen up, you see Captain Brand standing there. Arms behind her back, mask still on, dark hair behind her. As she stands there, her strange weapon still at the side of her waist. Welcome back. We're silent. And that's where we're gonna end this session. Yeah.
You would have.
Hey guys,
You became
so-
a child.
So guess what?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh.
He got turned it into a child who doesn't
Tune in next time when the performers have to explain to the captain what happened to the first mate. It's not going to be fun, but it's going to be interesting.
One's
What
getting
happens-
promoted.
Yeah, what happens to the fallout of
We're
this
having
whole encounter?
tryouts.
And what will the performers do now that they're level 4? Tune in next time
Hopefully
to
it ends
Embers by
better than-
Daybreak.
Hopefully this Fallout goes better than Fallout 76.
Oh.